It's time to strap in and get ready. The leaders in AFL Supercoach are incoming, helping you win your leagues and climb up the rankings. You're now listening to the Insight AFL Show with your hosts, Big Horse and Skiddy.
Hello and welcome to the Insight AFL Show. I'm your host, the Supercoach Horse, and with me, as always, Jake, we've only got 4 of these bad boys left for the year, mate. I'm getting a bit sad about this.
Horse, it's nearly over. The season's nearly over. It's not what we want, but it's what's got to happen. You know, progressing in the storyline of the season, we just got to keep on going, and then we find out who's going to be in the 2024 finals series, Horse, and eventually finally the thing. So, how are you going, my friend?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Bit of a rough week at work, but you know what? We always get to come in here, chew the fat footy-wise, and talk with the community about all like-minded things. Footy, Campbell Chesser, and other great things. So, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we are going to talk about round 22. So for your Supercoach semi-finals, and for me, or for those of you that are like me, that are in 17 leagues and only in 2 semis, wow, I need to get this right. But we're going through our trading targets, who to fade this week, injuries, and a little bit more. But if you haven't yet, please hit like, subscribe, and the bell down below. Be a triple banger. We do love that. Give us a share as well. Get us out on social media. But also, if you're not yet, 1, I don't know why you aren't, but 2, jump in our Discord. You'll get access to everything we do, our trades, our insights, premium Q&A content, every round of Supercoach, and a few other cool perks. Now, it is free to join, so just click on the description down below. The Discord link is in the description. Click AFL, NRL, NBA, any sort of sport. It's all there. Skiddy, there's a fair bit that goes on in there, isn't there?
Oh, mate, we got everything in there. We got, as you said, all those sports, along with, you know, a bit of punters club as well, horses, dogs, footy, NRL, everything that we can imagine in there. Great bunch of blokes. If you just want to chew the fat, talk sport, talk footy. And we got it all in there for every single person that likes whatever they like. So you just jump in there and come be a part of it, Horse, which we love to see.
Bloody oath.
What do you reckon? Squeeze of the week time?
It's on.
Ladies and gentlemen, yes, it is that time where you can go for the squeeze of the week course. And all you have to do to enter is put in the chat in the YouTube or join the Discord and put it under the cups and the cups and squeezes of the week section. Who you think is going to get the highest Supercoach score of round 22 and what that score is going to be. If you guess the right player and you are the closest to what their score is, you win a prize pack courtesy of the Standard Squeeze. Last week, Chris Bojangles, he guessed Bontempelli 175. Bontempelli got 182. And Chris Bojangles, he wins it. So that's how it goes this week. Horse, we see a couple of good ones here. Corey has actually gone where my mind has also gone to, Horse.
Ooh.
I'm also going Jack Sinclair for St Kilda. Under the roof at Marble against Richmond. I'm going 177.
I like going left field. I'm going to stick with my Fremantle picks. I'm going to go Andy Brayshaw, 155 this week. He's been on an absolute tear lately, and I really like what he's been putting out. And against a against a Geelong Footy Club, who, if they do tag, I reckon they'll go to Caleb Sarong. So it may mean that he may get off the leash a little bit. So
I like that. Jasper coming in with the she's God 159. I love that from Jasper.
Wow. He's normally pretty spot on too, Jasper. So
he's around the mark. Absolutely. He was close with that Sheasel pick when he got 160 a couple of weeks ago. So I'll back him in on that. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get into some injuries as soon as I can find it.
Don't know.
Yeah, it's a banger, isn't it? Now, Eric Hipwood, he trained both today and on Tuesday with the main session, so the Brisbane Lions expect him to be back. Charlie Curnow is expected to play for Carlton this weekend after injuring his ankle last weekend. And yes, he was shit at the same time, but Adam Chera, he is done until finals. That is a 3 to 4 weeker for Chera. Zach Williams, he's a test to return this week. So for those of you that are still holding Williams, one, you're probably not playing anymore, or two, you probably just held on to your trades a little bit too long, but he has a chance to come back this week. Nathan Kruger, he's exited concussion protocol, so he's available this week if Collingwood want a different look. Took Miller will be available next week.
Oh,
Josh Kelly will return for the Giants this weekend, while Stephen Canelio is a test to return this week.
Now, that's an interesting one, Horse, because last week, Canelio is meant to be back this week, and Kelly was a week after. Very interesting.
We've got our words to the we got our, I guess, our insiders with ears to the ground that are listening to all good things AFL related. That one came from our man, Phil, Phil Unfiltered, if you follow him on Twitter, and also our man Deadly, who was all over everything injuries and VFL related. So Georgie Wardlaw looks like he's going to miss another week.
Nah, he's out. Yeah, he's not playing.
He's going to be done, I think, for the year now. Zach Fisher.
Yep. Test.
He's
looking like he should be back.
Yep. Tell me about these whispers about Colby McKercher being sore and potentially being rested.
Yeah, well, we've seen this a couple of times now with Colby, so it wouldn't surprise me if he does get rested. But I think North will want to try and see how they can work them all together, and I am going to expect that they all play. It's going to be Colby and Fish halfback, and then Jaden Stevenson on a wing to fill in for Dylan Stevens.
Yep. Todd Marshall will be available this week after missing 3 weeks with a hip injury, while Soldo has resumed main training and will be back next week. So for those of you that are still running with Sweet, you've got one more week. Tommy Barras from the West Coast Eagles is a test to return this week after having delayed concussion symptoms last week and an issue with his hamstring. So there's...
Yeah, I'm hearing it's on the more unlikely side that he plays against North Melbourne this week.
Yep. And that's all we have, unless there's anything more you'd like to add, mate, to that one.
Andrew Gaff's not injured, but he's playing for the Eagles this week.
So West Coast are playing one down then?
Pretty much, yep. Barras out, Gaff in.
Do you remember when North Melbourne offered him 5 years and he said no?
Yeah. Well, he said yes, and then he said no.
Oh, lucky get out of jail free card for the North Melbourne Footy Club there, mate.
Yep, we decided to take Polak instead. Woo!
How did that work out?
Shithouse too.
Yeah. But you know what's not shithouse?
Oh, it's got to be the standard squeeze.
The standard squeeze, mate. Are you sick of breaking glass bottles, your beer going warm, or your coffee getting cold? The standard squeeze have everything you need to drink responsibly, but also conveniently. The standard squeeze products are made from food-grade quality plastic, so you can measure the perfect pour each time. You can go to the website, thestandardsqueeze.com, and use the code IFS15 to get yourself 15% off everything in store, as you can see by Skiddy's close-up there. Mate, our first game is going to be the South Melbourne Footy Club.
Oh. After
the way they played last week, do they even deserve to be called Sydney at the moment?
No, you're 100% right, and they're coming up against Hot Pies. So
Hot Pies.
This is going to be a good game.
Yeah, I reckon Sydney still win this. I reckon they bounce back. They would have been absolutely smashed in the video room this week. Not so much on the track, but yeah.
And you know what, Horse?
Mate. What's that?
I'm going with the Pies.
In Sydney?
In Sydney. I think Sydney looked horrible last week, and the Pies showed that they could still have the pressure that won them the premiership last year, and they played an unbelievable style and game against Carlton. So I feel like they can have a chance of that.
INT resting, mate. Don't mind that. Don't mind that at all. Mm-hmm. Now, for the Cups, mate. So for those of you that are just joining us for the first time or have been here for a long time subscriber and viewer, what we do each game is that we name the game after a certain someone who played for both clubs and is retired. If you guess 9 out of 9, you will win a standard squeeze pack. Thanks to the guys at the Standard Squeeze.
Yes.
No one's been able to win it yet. So we've actually added a little bit to that, ladies and gentlemen, in that if you guess who 9 out of 9 as to who the Cups are named after, Skiddy drops the hints in the chat every week in the Discord.
I do.
The trophy or the Cups will be named after you.
No, they will. Absolutely.
So let's see how we go, mate.
Yep, let's hopefully someone can get it. And two of the boys are already on the mark. Kizza and Corey Blackledge, bang on the money. Nick Davis Cup. That was the clue of I see it, but I don't believe it. Obviously, for those 4 goals that he kicked to seal.
That was unbelievable, wasn't it?
Geelong. Oh, mate. Also, too, shout out to Nicky Davis. That is my mum's cousin. He is a jet of a bloke and well deserved to be able to call the cup after him.
Hello, Mrs. Skidmore. What are you giving us, mate, for the Swans? Do you reckon Chad Warner's a chance to go large this week?
The bleached arsehole. So he's 460K now, Horse. 125 in round 1 versus the Pies. They did play a very good game there. And no De Goey in this game for the Pies. So I feel like they're going to have to bring in Jack Crisp. So he'll get more of the midfield time. So that's where I lean there. Warner, not bad. Look, Warner, Heaney, Goulden, they all needed to step it the fuck up, Horse, because they've been besides Goulden, he's been pretty solid. But the other two, they really need to step it up. It's been quite poor.
Yeah, it has been. Chad Warner, I feel like this might be a little bit of a bounce back game for him. 125 last time he played against the Pies in round 1. And the Pies, without De Goey, are probably going to be a little light on throughout the midfield. So the likes of Warner, Heaney needs to step it up. He's only averaging 77 after the past 3 weeks of him being suspended for that week. Goulden, he's just an absolute gun. 109 last week in a team that got smacked by 112 points.
Yeah, it's not
I
bad.
actually don't mind him as a VC option this week. Little Errol.
Yep. Okay, I can almost get around that as well. Brody Grundy, I feel like I like he's come up against Darcy Cameron. I feel like that's going to be a good. It's going to be a good matchup. He only got 71 last time against Darcy Cameron as well, which is not great. But Grundy has to pull his finger out, or I'm completely buying into the fact that he needs a rest because it hasn't been an overly great one by Grundy by any sort. And then the Lizard, bit too up and down for me, Horse. But and even worse thing about that for the Swans is Collingwood give up the second least amount of Supercoach points to running half backers. So I'm well and truly off of the likes of Lloyd or Blakey or anything like that for the Swans.
Okay.
Horse, who do you like from the Pies?
Nick Dacos.
Yep.
Played well again last week against the Blues. If he plays midfield, do you reckon Rowbottom goes to him, or do you think James Jordan goes to him?
Ooh, so they didn't tag him in round 1, which was quite interesting. But I feel like it's more of a Rowbottom kind of situation, I would.
Yeah. I feel like they will send someone to him, given that De Goey's out, and that they'll look to limit his input on the outside. So, I feel like this is going to be a big game for Crisp, and I'll be going over 20 possessions for Crisp in our multi when we post it in the Discord. But
big time.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sort of a bit shy on putting the VC on Nicky Dacos purely because we know what the Swans have done in the past with tagging. Darcy Cameron, he's been solid, and he's priced at 571K now, but not for me, dog. Not going anywhere near that. And Crisp, as you said before, 84 Supercoach points priced at 416K. During that streak, when De Goey was out, though, you'll like this: 134, 112, 94, 117, 104, 121.
It's not a bad 6-week stretch, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that too, Horse. So I'm feeling you on that one as well. Get you guys tips in for the Brisbane Lions versus the GWS Giants. And you guys might be thinking, Skiddy, you gave us no time. How are we going to be able to pick the cup name in that amount of time? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, it's the GWS Giants. You know who is brought to you by?
Right from a studio stand. Hey. Are your rates above 6.2%? You want to buy a home, or maybe you want to refinance or renovate, or maybe you just want to save some money like the rest of us. Then reach out to Ryan at Astute Newstead for an obligation and cost-free inquiry. His link tree is in the description below. Tree's in the chat. Use the code INSIGHT and tell him the boys at Insight sent you. Also, just send him an email as well and just go, Horse was right about Lockie Whitfield. And it turns out Lockie Whitfield is going to be the first bloke that we talk about. And Lockie Whitfield, Winnie Blues, is brought to you by Ryan from Astute Newstead. Mate, are you aware that after He's 152 last week.
Mm-hmm.
Is he the most expensive defender in the game now?
Oh, I think he's close. I think you
Yeah,
might be right there.
I might have to double check that. But
he's 632K, Lockie Whitfield.
And 630K, so he's more expensive than Sheasel.
Damn, it's not bad. Not bad at all for Lockie Whitfield. So
and he has
got the nail on the head there, Horse.
Yeah, 5-round average of 128 and a 3-round average of 140. So the only thing that's stopping me from slapping a VC on him is, will they send like an Archie or someone to him, or do you think he just runs wild?
I think that he may get Cam Rayner, and they'll completely back in Whitfield to be able to try and outspeed and outball work with Cam Rayner, because Cam Rayner obviously tries to go goal side a lot and try and push in to into the midfield as that extra midfielder. I think Whitfield's just going to sit back and be like, all right, I'll just play the spare man defensive wise.
That's
it. And but also too, Horse, the Cups. The boys, again, on the money. They are nailing it so far. Lukey Power, he was the captain of both sides. Did you know that he was the captain of the GWS Giants at one point, Horse?
Really?
Yeah. He was, I believe he was the co-captain of... Actually, I think he was the co-captain of both Brisbane and the Giants.
Wow.
Yeah. So, Lukey Power.
We speak about Lockie Whitfield before. I'm going to talk about the two Green boys. No relation, last name spelt differently, but Toby Green's got a 5-round average of 97.2, and he's been okay of late, pushing higher up the ground, 101 in the last 2 against Brisbane as well. That's Corey Blackledge's man. He bought him in at under 400K, and it's really helped him out. And Tom Green as well in the middle, 119 last week. Really efficient. 119. He only had 25 touches. 159 Supercoach points the last time he played against Brisbane too, mate.
Yeah, Tommy Green is he's absolutely flown that last game, so I really want to see him punch out another good one. And the form has definitely been up there. And as we said last week, it wasn't purely because of the disposals. It was actually what he was doing with the ball was what got him a good Supercoach score, rather than having 30, 40 disposals. So I like that from Tom Green. Briggsy, it's going to be, I don't care about him Supercoach-wise, Horse. I just really want to see this matchup between him and Big O. I reckon it's going to be a bloody good matchup. If you like the working of Ruckcraft, this is going to be a really good matchup for it, because it's size and athleticism versus size and strength. I love when they match up like this. It's like when we used to have Sanderlands versus the big fat bloke, and I can't remember who it was now, but I love watching Ruckcrafts when it's like
Dean Rioli.
Dean Rioli, jeez, I talk about fat. Holy crap!
Joe Mercedes in AFL 2000.
Oh, he was elite, wasn't he?
Yep. I'm gonna have to dig up a photo and show the people in the Discord Joe Mercedes.
Oh yeah,
in that AFL game, he was as big as a house.
He was.
For Brisbane, mate, Lockie Neal.
Just quickly.
Yeah.
As we said before, Cornelio attest. Josh Kelly looks to be back, which is going to be good for the Giants. So that is dead for people that want to put Callahan and Peatling in multis.
Yep. Lockie Neal's only scored 71 last time. Toby Bedford went to him and smacked him. Do you reckon he goes back to him?
No, I think I think there is a chance that Toby could get the tag job on Neal again. So that's just one to see. And we know what happens here. If Neal cops the tag, that means it's going to be an upgrade for either McCluggage or Dunkley. Yeah. So Dunkley 120 last time against the Giants when Neal had a down game. So we can definitely see how that goes with the tag. If Bedford does go to Neal, we can definitely crack the overs on Josh Dunkley. Joe Danaher, I don't care that he got a 99 last week. He's still just doing too much inconsistency for me. 49 the week before because I can get stuffed. And Dane Zorko has been absolutely unbelievable this year on the herbal medicine, as we know, Horse. No, we're not talking about the ganja. It's just genuine, some herbal crap that makes his joints and bones and everything better. And look, hats off to the young fella because he's older than me and he's going very beautiful.
Yeah, it's working a treat for him.
Horse, we've got to get our tips in for the North versus West Coast game for the Cup there, lads.
Yep. I had a bit of a look while people are chucking in their guesses for that game, mate. I had a bit of a look at the weather. And Tassie's meant to be all right this weekend.
You're kidding?
No. Like, not even cold either.
What is going on in Tassie?
15-6 all weekend. The only game that maybe wet, I think, is the game in Perth.
Yeah, right. Okay. That's an interesting one. Freo and who the hell are Freo
and Geelong
playing
that
again?
we'll talk about
Geelong,
next. Yeah.
that's right. Yes, that's right. Oh, no. That is an Optus. Yeah, but a very, very interesting one there, Horse. So, all right. Well, I don't know if that favors West Coast or North better. Probably it favors West Coast, in fairness. Oh, yeah. We'll probably have a cracker. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is Drew Petrie. Boom, 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 baby.
Boys are 3 from 3.
That's choo-choo as well, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Yep, love that, lads. Well done, very good. For North, a winnable game for North, so we get a little bit excited, don't we, Jasper? Yes, we do. LDU last week, unbelievable. 33 disposals, 3 goals, 141 Supercoach points. Unbelievable. And Eagles are the second best team to score Supercoach points for midfielders.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm kind of teetering on a Sheasel or a LDU VC this week.
Okay.
I'm really liking that. I think Sheasel might be my one.
Yeah, right. So
especially
LDU or Sheasel?
Yeah, if Barras isn't playing, I feel more comfortable taking Sheasel.
Right. Who else for the Eagles do you like?
Oh, sorry, for North.
North,
Eagles.
sorry.
Yep.
No, give me North.
Big X. X is another one that I could be happy to throw the VC on, Horse.
I think he's a genuine C option this week.
I like the sound of that, mate, because 144 versus Nankervis. Last time he played the Eagles, Horse, 131. Now, he's a much better player than he was when he first versed Williams as well. So I dead set could go Tristan Cherry.
Yep. I think it's a shout.
If you have, I don't have X in my team, but if you have X, 100% go the VC on X or the C.
No George Wardlaw means Jai Simpkin gets a bump in midfield minutes too. So don't mind this. Colby McKercher, for those of you that have him, just watch what's going on tomorrow.
Yeah.
There are reports that he may miss, so make sure that you've got cover there. And Harry Sheasel, 105 last week. His last 3 against the Eagles, 129, 114, 114. He is the She's God for a reason, isn't he?
Bloody oath he is, mate. And as I said, if Barras doesn't play, I feel so much better about Sheasel's goal. What the hell's it called? Goal assists. Feels so much better about that as well. For the Eagles, Elliot. 127 last time versus North, and he was probably the difference that almost brought West Coast back into that game. I know he was also the reason they lost that game, but still he's the reason that they got back in there. Harley Reid, Horse, I'm very excited to see this. Harley's first game against North Melbourne. How do you see this going for Harley?
I reckon there's a chance he misses.
Really?
Yeah.
What for?
Dislocated the same finger twice last week.
Oh, that's right.
They've really got nothing to play for. I think they shelve him. Yeah.
Shit, that would be huge if they shelled Harley both times against North Melbourne. And then he comes to play for North Melbourne next year. That'd be unbelievable. Jasper wants to know, would they send anyone to you?
Head to head with LDU.
I don't think they send anyone to them. Will Phillips is not strong enough to be able to take on LDU, take on Elliot yet. But I appreciate you. How about our man, Liam Duggan?
Good to have our man Duggan back playing again. 440k off halfback with a 98 last week. Could be a nice downgrade option if you are strapped for cash.
Don't mind it. Duggan, bloody good, mate. So halfback as well. I really like that. And Puddin, Jeremy McGovern. West Coast just looks so much better with him down back. He's 568k now, Horse. So he was near best on last week. Really, really like that. And Ian Johnson, Luke Power Cup. Yes, it was Ross Glendenning. No, it wasn't. It was Drew Petrie. And I forgot who the first one was.
Luke Power. Yeah, you got that one right.
Yeah, and the first one was Nick Davis. Ladies and gentlemen, please get your guesses in for the Geelong versus Fremantle game. See who you can get for the cup there. This is an interesting one, Horse, over in Optus Stadium. Fremantle got a little bit of a reality check last week against Essendon.
Yep.
Geelong going all right. Where do you go?
I remember the last time I watched this game, and I was sitting next to Herbie, our friend Herbie, and Trent, Thunder Turtle, for those of you that follow him on Twitter, and yourself.
Yeah.
And we're in a pub near the MCG.
Yeah. I do remember this now.
Yeah. Just watching the footy. So, yeah, this will be interesting.
Yeah. No, you are up.
Yep. I think Fremantle wins.
Okay. Yeah, I can definitely see that as well. But I think it's going to be a pretty close one. So I'm interested to see what happens in this game. And for the boys for the cup, yes,
they've nailed it.
My beautiful bastards, you're all on the.
Are you making this too
money.
easy this week, mate?
Bloody hell, maybe. The chance that I have because the boys have gone 4 from 4, but I think there's a couple of spanners later. So that's all right. We'll keep moving. That's all right. Maxie Holmes, horse. 80 Supercoach points last week, 2 weeks ago. 69 last week. He's been really down. I think I might be starting to put it towards that. Tom Stewart's just playing better than him in the midfield. And they don't need Holmes to be doing what he necessarily does.
Yeah, it's been, he's had, 2 down weeks?
Yep.
Or 3 down weeks, and 2 of them have been wet. So, and his game is run and carry. So,
did you not say that this game's going to be wet as well?
Potentially, yes. So, I'm now looking at, hopefully drops a bit of cash to start him next year. But I'm not recommending we bring him in at all.
True.
Tommy Stewart, 6 tons in his last 7 games, 120 last week against Adelaide, and he's got a 3-round average of 126. He is one of my buy candidates this week at 578k. Jeremy Cameron last week, 6 goals against the Crom, 400k now. No Pierce, so that's good for Jezza, but Fremantle do play a good team defence. They
do. You're absolutely bang on the money there, mate. And Sam de Koning, he was injured last week with that knee injury. Chris Scott said he's fine. I am still a little bit iffy about it. I want to see what's going on here. If not, then then it's a little bit of danger signs there for the Cats with losing Sam de Koning. But either way, I think he's got to go from our teams anyway because there's no more ruck. It's just purely in defence. Get your tips in for the Essendon versus the Suns game, ladies and gentlemen. But horse for Fremantle without SDK.
Yep.
I'm going to say it now. If you have Luke Jackson and SDK is not playing, you're holding Luke Jackson.
Tough.
It's tough, but I think that's the right way to go about it. I feel like he matches up pretty well against Geelong's defenders if SDK doesn't play.
Yep. Good move. 48 last week. He'll be better if SDK misses. Jordan Clark, consistent as always. Really like his running carry only. Only under 100 once in his last 11 games. 111 last week. And Luke Ryan was back in form last week, 226 last week, which was his highest score in 8 weeks. So hopefully he can back that up. Talk to me about the number 1 ranked champion data player at the moment.
Mate, that would be Hayden Young, who has been the number 1 champion data player for the last 7 weeks. So he's been absolutely flying. Fife comes back in this week, I would assume, horse, and that may just. I think Young's still getting enough of it, but it kind of caps how elite he can actually be. We saw how good he was last week against Essendon, so we'll keep rolling with that. Caleb Sarong has always been super consistent this year. I think he's still solid as you like, horse. He went head to head against Jai Caldwell. Caldwell played an absolute ripping game on him, and he's still got 102. Can you see Tom Atkins maybe going to him?
Yes, I can.
Yeah. I also agree with you there on that one, horse. But if Atkins goes to Sarong, who the hell plays on this man? Andy Brayshaw has been on fire.
Don't know. He has been on fire. The only thing is, I think Andy Brayshaw is probably a little less damaging with the ball than what Caleb Sarong is. Like Caleb Sarong is the one that distributes it out to the outside. So I reckon Geelong may even just let Andy Brayshaw off the chain and he'll be in my multis for 30 or 35 plus this weekend. I think if the rain does hold off, he's definitely in the multi.
I know you love stats, so how's this one for you, horse?
Go.
Andy Brayshaw, 3-round average of 137. What did Andy Brayshaw score last week against Essendon? 137.
Oof.
What did Andy Brayshaw score the last time he played Geelong? 137?
How's
that?
137. Wow.
Brayshaw scored 137. It's just
Have
my mind.
we got some guesses in for the Essendon Gold Coast game?
Yes, we do. Sorry, some fly just threw into my throat.
Yeah.
Corey, yep, on the money, boys. It is the Jacob Townsend Cup. That one was the. Oh, what clue was that? That was. I played for an inaugural team, but it's neither of these two, and he played for the Giants, obviously.
Yeah, right. Okay. For Essendon, there's only really 3 players that I want to bring up, mate. Okay. And I was pretty close to donning the Essendon beanie tonight, but I'm like, no, I'm going to wait a little bit. So, Nick Martin.
When North won for our review show, I nearly just got every bit of North memorabilia I had and just threw it on and just came out being like, we've done it.
No, when my mum and dad were here last week, they bought my kids 2 knitted Essendon beanies. So I was going to nick one of them to wear on the show.
Yuck.
Yeah,
Not
she's
good.
a beautiful lady. Good old Anna.
Buddy.
3 players that really stick out for Essendon and no one else. So if you want to talk about your Mason Redmonds of the world or your Sam Draper might be okay at 400k as a ruck forward, but I'll put it this way. If you had to choose between Luke Jackson and Sam Draper, I'd be picking Sam Draper. But Nick Martin, 104 last week against Freo, but I reckon this is a better matchup for him and should go well without Ridley down back. Jai Caldwell, he's got a 5-round average of just short of 110. Oof. He has been unreal. And as we said a couple of weeks ago, Parrish's inclusion does not hurt him. And he is still in line to have mid-forward DPP next year as well. And Zach Merritt, he's just a gun. 116 last week. I'm hoping he carries us through to another win this week and sets us up for a nice little matchup against Sydney and Melbourne next week.
Yep. I reckon that you hit the nail on the head there, Horse. And I will 100% put my hand up and say where I was wrong. I was always very, very worried about Caldwell with Parrish coming back. Not in the slightest. He's still taking the piss, so that's good. For Gold Coast, Noah Anderson, Horse. Actually, get your guesses in for the Melbourne versus Port Adelaide games, ladies and gentlemen, for the cup there. Noah Anderson, he has averaged, obviously, 133 at People First Stadium, and then away 82. But last week, a 93 Horse. So there's that. And also, too, the 150 last time he versed the Bombers. So he did take the PI 55 out of the Bombers last time, Horse. The Diddley, Sam Flanders, the run is over, and I hate to say that. Yeah, that's shocking. 1 touch in the last quarter gets him 92. He fell 3 games short, Horse.
The only positive out of this at the moment is that he's going to have enough mid and defender time to get that DPP for next year as well. So he will be one of the first picked in our Supercoach sides next year.
God, that is beautiful, and love to see that. What we also love to see, Horse, Matt Rao.
He's back.
122. You know it, baby. 122 last week, and he's now 420K. Now, Horse, he's gotten a lot more CBAs. A lot more CBAs. Would it be the dumbest thing to bring him back in? Because that price is nice for a mid on-ball player. Would it be the dumbest thing to do it? Or if you didn't have Matt Rao, would you bank on him? Because he can score well. We know it. We've seen it. MCG versus the Bombers. Witts versus Draper is a nice matchup for the Suns. Essendon's midfield probably takes Suns midfield. But, I mean, it could be nice for Matt Rao. No.
No.
Also, too, Horse, I'm saying this right now. Bombers are $1.52. Outrageous. That is free money. Gold Coast have not won away from home in 18 months. Essendon win this easy. That's value.
Beautiful. And Tuk, for those of you that are wondering, he's still out. Maybe next week he'll be back.
One more week.
Yeah. For the next game, mate, Melbourne versus Port Adelaide, Saturday night, 7:30, coming to you live from the MCG. There's a few different people that this could be. So we've got what's his name? Trengrove, number
Jackson
2 pick.
Trengrove.
Yeah. Was it Jackson or the other one? Jack.
Yeah, Jack.
Because there was the taller one and then the shorter one.
Yeah.
And we've got Byron Pickett, who Ian shouted out, so that's not him.
Our man.
David Roden.
Yeah. He played for both.
But there can only be one.
Only one number one pick.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the
Jackus.
Jack.
What's up?
Oh, good old.
Are they 6 for 6?
They have not missed one yet.
Corey was talking himself up at the start of the show too. So
Corey says he's going to go 9 from 9. So that's a bloody good effort by them. Yeah, that was what was Jack Watts's how you going? Something to do with something to do with Oktoberfest.
I remember seeing a photo once upon a time, but yeah, I can't remember it.
I think he put a substance in between a girl's cleavage or something like that.
Oh Jesus!
Classic. Port Adelaide Horse. I think Port win this quite easily. Butters, he now overtakes Sheasel for the second most Supercoach points this year in total. Do you see Neil Bullen going to him, to Rose, to Horn Francis? Do you see maybe just going to Houston to nullify the off half back, but then they got Farrell? Oh, geez. So many options. I think he's going to go to Butters.
I think he does too.
I think Butters is still always is the head of the snake, I think.
Yep. So when we're talking about Supercoach leaders, I went and did a little bit of digging. So I'm going to give you the top 10 Supercoach scorers this year. Mm-hmm. And it is led by Marcus Bontempelli, who will come up later. And he is almost 200 points clear. Butters is 2.
Yep. No, yet. So Bont, Butters,
Sheasel's 3.
Don't know.
Luke Ryan. 4.
Yep. Okay. Bang.
Caleb Sarong, 5.
Oh, nice. Yep.
Nick Dacos, 6.
Oh, bang.
Expectrum, 7.
Oh, X. What a man.
Zach Merritt, 8.
Yep. Good old Zachy. That's a good one.
Lockie Neal, 9.
Okay.
Adam Treloar, 10.
Oh, Treloar.
Treloar's coming home real hard.
Geez, if you got Treloar halfway through that, you'd be absolutely laughing, wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm.
I love that from you. He had 184, Zach Butters did last year versus the D's Horse. He had a 98 in round 3 against them, but still, that's still in the back of our minds. Connor Rose, he's been bloody good when he's finally been fit because we know he's been injured for a while. Thanks, Ken. 102, 140 in his last 2 versus the D's Horse. And I feel like the D's are at their weakest that they've been in years at the moment. So I feel like the Port can really get on top of them here. Pickles, Horn Francis Horse. I feel like this is a game where he can do a bit of damage because also, too, Stephen May's out.
Froffies.
He's out, isn't he?
He is. Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know because I really want to tip Melbourne. I think this is a real big danger game for Port Adelaide.
Really?
Melbourne have won 2 of the last 3.
I don't care. I think the D's are just kind of washed. And if Gawn can't get up as well, even worse.
Long story short, we've got our 4 Port Adelaide players: Butters, Rosé, Horn Francis, Pickles, whatever you want to call him, Flog, even he goes by, or Dan Houston. There you 4. For Melbourne, Clayton Oliver.
It's all right. Padding.
I don't. There's no other way that we can say this. Like he's just bloody ordinary.
Yep. I agree with you there, horsey boy. 75 last week, so piss off. Trenton Rivers, he had another 90, but again, I don't care. Let's get rid of Melbourne players. We don't need any Melbourne players. They're not good enough. They're not scoring enough for us. And Maxi Gawn, look, 130 last week. Oh, yeah, sorry. We have to do the cup for Carlton versus the Hawks. 130 last week for Maxi Gawn Horse. Are we worried at all about the ankle?
I'm not. I think he plays.
Okay. Yep. All right. That's good then. I like to say that. I just don't see why I just don't see the appeal of why you do it. Just rest him. He's a big bastard. Don't make it any worse for next year.
Yeah. As president of the Play Gawn Club, he has to play.
I see your underlying some underlying
my ulterior motives. Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
The old
very nice.
It's not even reverse psychology. Just play. Just play, Gorny. Carlton versus Hawks, mate. Sunday afternoon, 1 o'clock.
Yes, sir. There's big game. Big game.
There's quite a few that have played for both Hawthorn and Carlton.
That is bloody oath there, Horse. But there's only one man that was selling fake memorabilia after the D's won the flag, Horse. And that is Ricky Nixon. Yes, lads, all over the money of it. My best mate, Johnny, does have a signed, authentic Melbourne football from the Premiership. So good on him, Johnny. Well done, mate. But yeah, it is definitely Richard Nixon, which we love to see, Horse. I can't wait for this game. I reckon this is going to be game of the round.
Okay.
Carlton, Cripper. Has to go big again. 125 last week. He was unbelievable in the last quarter against the Pies. And he's going to be the difference maker in this game, Horse. Cripper has to. But I have worry Connor Nash will go to him again.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And Supercoach wise.
Yep, I think you're right. Yep. Sam Walsh needs to step it up, though. He's been around the 100 mark of late. And he needs to pop off, mate.
Yeah, agreed, mate. He has to just give us something. His first two games were so good, and everything's just been like, So, I don't know. He's just been around that 100 mark, and I need something better than that. How many people do you reckon Charlie Curnow pissed off last week, including me? Kick a damn goal. 66 weeks in 66 games in a row, Horse. That's over 3 years that Charlie Curnow had kicked a goal in a game that he had played. And he gets nothing and towed up by Darcy Moore last week for a 33 Supercoach points.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to make a bolter bet this weekend?
Oh, I'm listening.
I think he kicks 4.
4. So you're going to take over 4.
Yep, 4 or more. Yep.
I will take 3 or less.
Done. Good chat.
Let's shake Cox on it. Love that. Nick Newman, our man, your man, my man, Nicky Newman, 144 last week against the Pies. Thank you very much. We love to see that. Hawks and Eagles next 2. Very favourable for Nick Newman. So let's keep going there with him. Horse, who do you like for the Hawks?
Lloyd Meek. He's an absolute unit. And since coming in round 6, he's been going nuts. 6 tons in a row for the big guy.
Good.
Pitnet is a tough matchup for him, though.
That is very, very true, Horse. But I do like to see the big fella in there. Ladies and gentlemen, Richmond Saints Cup. Get your guesses in there. Boys are close here. Sicily, Horse. 72 2 weeks. Sorry, 73 2 weeks in a row. Blues are the hardest to score Supercoach points against for defenders, which really, really worries me for people that have Sicily.
I think Carlton are going to try and isolate Kern. This is why I've gone 4 goals. I think Carlton are going to try and isolate Sicily on Curnow. Sicily's shoulders are fucked. He cannot lift that shoulder above his head. And it's basically going to be an almost Pagan's paddock. He's going to have the 50 to work with. And Sicily can match him for pace. But as soon as it comes to overhead marking, I think Curnow gets off the chain here. Yeah,
I can. I see you put a little bit of thought into that, and that's annoying. So, I think that's a good shout by you, in all honesty. And I've just walked into a trap. Love that. Philip, great year, Horse. He's the 6th best forward this year, which is what we love to see. 94 last week. I think that he might get Chincotta.
There's a chance.
I think there's everywhere in the world where he gets Chincotta.
I love the shout that you gave us in round 6 or 7 saying to get this bloke in because he's currently the 6th rated forward in the competition. And if we jumped on, or if you at home jumped on when Skiddy said to jump on, he was at 420K. He was very cheap. Yes. Speaking of cheap, and this bloke's name do not go in the same sentence. It is Massimo Di Ambrosio, not to be confused with Orazio Fantasia. And for you, Ian, he is not a buy. Pizza, pasta, wine, driving the vehicle, a macchina, very fast, nonna's house, having a pasta, a pizza, watching the football, and just loving Sampdoria in the City A. Come stai? Bene, grazie, molto bene.
Oh, beautiful. Grazie, Horse, grazie.
Yeah.
He's bloody good. He finally has a down week 2 weeks ago. And what did he come out with? 110 the week after. Piss off, Massimo. Jeez, he loves it. Interesting to see how he plays here, Horse, because this could be like one of his ones. So we'll see. Yeah. And speaking of a down one, how about Will Day last week? It's his first one in about 10 weeks.
It's big midfield versus big midfield. So you look at Will Day, who's a bigger midfielder. You look at Connor Nash, who's a bigger midfielder. You look at Paddy Cripps, who's a bigger midfielder. You look at George Hewitt, who's a big midfielder. And I think they're all going to nullify each other. I think if anyone's going to get off the chain that is a midfielder here, it's probably going to be Sam Walsh with his run on the outside.
Well, let's goddamn hope so, because he needs to pull his goddamn finger out. So I hope you are right with that one, Horse. Horse, Richmond, St Kilda. The boys are on the bloody money again. The boys are on the money again, Horse. We got Hanson Hill.
You're making this too easy.
Hanson
Hills is back.
Matty Parker. Not Ian Stewart, no. Matty Parker. Yep, all the boys on the absolute money there. And that is Dusty from Wish. I remember when he ran out there and he had like the old Dusty hair going as well with all the tats on. I just went, you're not Dusty Shaggerbags. Come on, mate. But that's all right. Horse. I'll do the Tigers. You can do the Saints, all right? Okay. Nankervis, really, really bloody good. He's pretty expensive, but, that's all right. He's just doing his captain's thing. He's been fantastic all year. And really, really bloody good by Toby Nankervis. Take a bow, mate. Tim Taranto, 27 disposals last year, but no, not good enough for Supercoach. Shai Bolton, Jaden Short, Jacob Hopper, and Nick Velashford. No, all shit. Couldn't give stuff. Don't give me any Tigers players. Could not give us stuff. Brian Taylor, last week, Horse, before the North Melbourne and Richmond game, said that he thought that this was Dusty's last game, and there are players that probably wouldn't play if they didn't think it was Dusty's last game. So how many players are we going to be missing from the Tigers' normal rotation this week, Horse? That's what I want to. That's what I want to say. Yeah. And also, too, congratulations to one of the goats of our generations. Dusty Martin has been absolutely unbelievable as a player to watch. Fantastic. And I think we should all be sitting here and just being thankful for the experience and how good of a player he generally was. That 2017 season was like an absolute piss take. So congrats, Dusty. Thank you.
He was unreal. Yeah, been an unreal player and just once in a lifetime type of player. You got your people that speak of Scott Pendlebury having so much time in space and all that sort of jazz. But when you're a player like Dustin Martin who doesn't need time in space and yet isn't the biggest bloke in the world, he's not the strongest bloke in the world, but his ability to fend off anyone at will. And you know what? Even when he's not fending off people, just his strength through his hips, like that grand final where he shook Dangerfield off, who's a big lad, and then snapped that goal from the pocket. He's bloody unreal. So,
yeah,
congratulations, Dusty. Awesome career.
I don't have a top. I don't have an order of these top three, but my top three of our this generation to me are easily Gary Ablett, Buddy Franklin, Dusty Martin. They're my top three. I don't care what order you have them in, but and then Juddy's around the mark too as well. But those four, bloody hell.
James Hird, Dustin Martin, Jaden Laverty. All right, so
Laverty.
Yeah.
You've done me, Horse. You forgot Campbell Chesser to go with Jaden Laverty. Far out.
Hopefully, Jaden Stevenson. first round draft picks for Chesser. Anyway, my turn. Let's go to the Saints.
Yes,
and we're moving on. No. There's three that I want to talk about. But, ladies and gentlemen, there's a bit of suspense going on here because the next game is Adelaide versus Dogs. And there is a chance that we could have some person's name named after the cup. So stand by, ladies and gentlemen. Rowan Marshall, 126 last week after a couple of goals in the last. Nank was a tough match, or is going to be a tough matchup for him, but he's got the Cats next week, so it's going to be, it's going to be a nice little matchup for him. Isaiah Wanganeen Malera, get your wangs out because he continues to be very consistent. And you know what? The next couple of weeks, he's at Marvel. He'll play well. Back him in.
This is the Saints' 4th game out of 5 in a row at Marvel. Outrageous.
Jack Sinclair as well. He's been unreal since he's moved back to halfback in round 8. 3-round average of 127, 142 last week against the who'd they play last week? Brisbane, and they got smacked. And Tiggs give up the most Supercoach points to defenders, and they're at Marvel.
And midfielders, defenders and midfielders. Absolutely that. Love that.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're down to the Adelaide versus Western Bulldogs game, Sunday afternoon, 4:40 in Adelaide. I think we're going to have to rename our cup.
Well, it depends how we want to do this, Horse. Because, Corey, congratulations. You've got all the cups right. Kizza, you have got all the cups right. Deadly has got all the cups right that he DM'd me during the week. But, Horse, how do we want to do this? Because
did Higo get it as well?
Higo did get it as well. He posted it in the Discord, and he was first. But I'm more than happy to name it after all 4 of these beautiful bastards that have gotten it right. I don't know who wins the prize or whatnot, but I'm sure the boys can be able to figure that out. But
Jasper, you're absolutely right. Fight it out. Fight it out, boys.
Congratulations, our boys. Higo, Deadly, Corey, and Kizza all nailing the cups for the first time ever. Very, very proud of you guys. Well done.
I'm not going to say it. Yep, I'm not going to say it live, but you can read the caption.
Sword fight.
Yeah. Yeah, we're absolutely getting around it. So
I don't know who's going to be pissed off about this, but, we've been doing the cups since probably about round 6 or so.
And this is the first time anyone's got it.
First time anyone's got it, and it was the first time that Higo's actually had a crack at it. He nailed it in about, I think it was about 20 minutes he got it.
So who was it? Deadly,
Higo,
Kizza,
Corey, and Kizza.
And Corey.
Yep.
All right, we're going to have to do a rock, paper, scissors and work it out.
We'll figure something out for the boys.
You know what?
We'll
just before we continue on to this game as well, we've got Angeline Bruce in the chat, who's a massive advocate for the fetal alcohol syndrome. And during the month of September, they are lighting up the town red. So if you're looking for a cause to donate towards, please donate generously. Now, for the Adelaide Footy Club, Jordan Dawson and Matt Crouch are both back, and I couldn't be any less interested.
Crouch potato, but you did say his name. So that means there is a slight little bit of interest.
No.
You said his name. So there's a slight little bit of interest. Billy Dowling, if you have trades available, you can piss him off. But if you don't, who cares? Just hold him. It's just going to sit on your bench anyway. You probably don't need to waste a trade at this point in time. You probably want to rather do it on a primo, but do what you want to do. Rory Laird was half-back last week, Horse. Half-back Laird, which is good.
It was, yeah.
But can we trust Nix?
No.
Cool. Sounds good. I'm still so proud of our boys. They got the carbs. I'm so proud of the boys. That's awesome.
Yeah. Ben Keys. Now, I'm calling it now because he's been unreal lately. But if you've got him, he's a drop. He's a sell. I want you to get rid of him.
What? Why?
It is semi-final week. You need your players to go large. Isaac Rankin is back. He's been tearing up the track. Adelaide are very excited to have him back in the team, and he will play the role that Keys has been playing, which will nullify his effectiveness on the game. You'll be lucky to see a 75 out of Keys.
Okay. I like that. I like what you bring to the table there, Horse. Yeah, I can agree with that as well, mate. Doggies. Now, where are we playing? In Adelaide. Damn. Bailey-Dale, not as great. Bailey-Dale is averaging 121 in his last 3, but it's not at Marvel, so no exception, but love having his player there. Marcus Bontempelli, Horse, just unbelievably good. do I need to say more? He's just awesome, and he's just that great. And remember when people were having a go at us because we had Bont starting in our team in Supercoach, and everyone was like, "Why would you do that?" Oh, yeah, no. He's just
this is why.
Just the best.
Yeah,
just the best. That's fine. Timmy English horse. How close is Adelaide to Western Australia?
It's about as close as you're going to get.
Oh, he's going to go well.
Average is 110 in his last 3 against Adelaide too. Someone that I am going to highly encourage you to buy later on in the show in our buy, hold, sell is Adam Treloar. He has been a star of late. Well done if you picked him up at 530K as he was 3 weeks ago. He's now 650K with a 3-round average, which is the best in the AFL of 147. Unreal. And Ed Richards, 3-round average of 108, and the Dogs love having the ball in his hands, especially when they're going forward of centre. At 550K, he's definitely a pod option if you dare. Now, Deadly's just saying the line for Ben Keys is 76.5. Take me on. You're on. I'm going unders. Walter bet. Whoever loses buys the other the first beer at the G in a couple of weeks' time, my man.
Deadly, make sure you put that in the Walter bet section of the Discord so then we have reference of it so we remember.
Yep. No, done. Beautiful. We've shaken on it.
Yep. And Kiz is bang on the money here. That both Richards and Libba in the middle has let Trelaw off the leash. It's the complete opposite of when they had Jack McRae in there and they were playing Trelaw more defensively at times. Now it's just like, all right, let's just get the ball to Trelaw, and he's absolutely using it way better than McRae did. So, bloody oath there.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do us for our games tonight. Now what we're going to do is get into what we call our buy, hold, sell, and watch list. So, without further ado, here's our buys.
Target acquired.
And as I just stated, mate, the number 1 trade-in target for you this week, I believe, should be Adam Treloar. 147, his average has been over the last 3 rounds. He was 530K 3 weeks ago. He's now 650K. If you've got the coin to do it, do yourself a favour. Bring him in. He is cash money.
Yep, love that. I've been saying it for weeks and weeks and weeks. Also, I still think Jack Sinclair has been such a great buy since he moved back to halfback. So I'm more than happy to keep going with him. And I think he could be a genuine C option this week. Nick Newman, we've said it for 2 weeks now. Yep, he's been on the absolute money here, horse. And I think the 144 against the Pies, everyone's going to get hyped up about. I don't think he'll do that this week against the Hawks, but I still like where we're going with Nick Newman.
Absolutely, mate. Dan Houston, who is only at 506K.
Oh, okay.
105 last time he played against the D's. He's not going to get Alex Neil-Bullen because he'll go to either Butters or Rosie.
Yep.
I think it's his time to shine. Not really that worried about Kane Farrell. The MCG is a big place. Tom Stewart, 6 tons in his last 7 games since moving into the midfield. We do love midfield Stewart. And you know what? He is going to qualify for mid-defender status next year. So, it's juicy.
Very nice.
The next bloke I want to bring up, mate, is proudly brought to you by Ryan from Astute Newstead. Yes. And it would be Winnie Blues. Yes.
Winnie Blues.
Ryan, I was right. You were wrong. No. Anyway, 152 last week, and he is the most expensive, second most expensive, defender in Supercoach. Priced at 632K, and he's only been under 100 once in his past 13 games. So
very nice.
He's huge. You've got to get him in. The next 2, mate, I'll leave to you, but I think they're both captain options this week.
Yep. If I had this bloke, VC would be firmly on him, and that's Tristan Cherry from North Melbourne. Huge last week, 144 against Nank, 131 last time against Bailey Williams, and I feel like he is so much better than he was back then. So I would definitely be having a crack on Nank. And then, mate, this man, if you have him, I mean, geez, you've done well to be able to pick this one out and just go against what all the numbers are telling you in Andy Brayshaw. I think horse he deserves.
You gotta give him that huck too and spit on that name. You get me?
He's been good.
We get you whatever your name is.
137. Didn't she go cold real quick?
Apparently she's still doing podcasts and stuff like that. So good on her.
Give it another month and we'll forget about her.
5 seconds of fame, mate. You got to do it. That's all right. No worries.
Yeah.
Andy Brayshaw, 3-round average of 137. Last week against the Bombers, 137. Last time he played the Cats, 137. Andy Brayshaw, 137 this week. You love to say it. All signs
Boom.
point there, horse.
Boom and boom. Let's see who we're holding.
Hold.
I'm not allowed to say this man's name more than once. So over to you, my good man.
Horse, we're doing it. I'm saying it. We're holding Matt Rao. It's a hold.
Boom. It's 420K too. And played a lot of
I'm-
CBAs last week. Probably
I
not
am
bringing him
ready
in,
to
but
get
if you
hurt
still
again.
got him. Yep. I wouldn't, but who knows? Rory Laird. If you've got him, hold him. He was back to half-back last week. Do I trust Nicks? No. Do I hope he plays half-back and rewards those that held on to him? Yes, I do. Now, Isaiah Wanganeen-Malera, he continues to be very consistent down back for the Saints. Another game at Marvel this week and another game at Marvel next week. So weather is not going to affect his disposal efficiency. I expect him to turn up both games. What about your man, the chip packet?
Oh, Cripper. Oh, sorry, not Cripper. Crisp.
Chris Barr.
Yeah, if you still got Crisp, this is pretty much the absolute the best possible thing that could happen to Jack Crisp is Jordan DeGoey going down. The last time that DeGoey went down, and Pendlebury to some extent, he had a 6-game streak of 134, 112, 94, 117, 104, 121. So if you still do have Jack Crisp, now's a good time to keep holding. And honestly, you could probably get him as a buy. He's 416K horse.
Cheap.
Worst options?
Cheap.
Very cheap. Very cheap.
Let's see who it. Let's see who
also
it's
too.
selling.
Sorry. Also
hang
too. He has to play well for the Pies to make finals at the moment.
Yep.
So they're going to flog him at the moment in the midfield.
Let's see who we're selling. Disclaimer: you are not buying anyone from the Melbourne Footy Club or the Richmond Footy Club, are we?
Nope, and we're selling him if we have them. Unless, except for Gawn. I mean, you can hold Gawn, but if he's injured this week, then piss him off. He's not playing for the rest of the year. Horse, you're doing it. You're selling Pidgeotto.
Yep, Ben Keys done.
Damn.
So yeah, and it's not that he's been playing bad, but Rankin's back, and we all know for the people that live in Adelaide, there is nothing better to do than watch a game of footy because there's not much else to do in your spare time.
Right,
Rankin, he's back. What more can I say? When Rankin was in the team early in the year, he averaged, what was it, less than 80? So, and there was a reason why he was, what was he priced at? Like 330K at one stage. So,
yeah, he was massive.
Yeah, not about him at all.
Oh, sorry.
Shai Bolton.
No, he's part of Richmond. He's gone.
Yep. And I'm just going to keep it real easy for you at home. If you've got Bolton and you've got a trade, just straight to the poo. Straight into Philippou and thank me later. Yep.
Matthias. I like that. I like that horse. Look, Luke Jackson to me has been a sell for I don't even know how many weeks. I'm still going to say it again. Luke Jackson is a sell, but my only caveat in this situation is if SDK does not play for Geelong, you hold Luke Jackson. But if he plays, piss him off.
Yep. Speaking of SDK,
sell him. Nice.
Yep. His knee, his ribs, whatever. He's come off twice in the last couple of weeks, been subbed off, been kept on the bench. He's hurt like his brother. He's probably a bit tougher than his brother because he keeps fronting up each week, but it's not worth the investment of holding on to him for a score of 50. So, yeah, we're not going there, ladies and gentlemen. If you've got him, you've got to sell him. He's made you your money. Get off him now. Now, our watch list.
I'm watching you, Wazowski. Always watching.
You bring up a good point here, Skiddy.
Yes.
How many Tigers are going to rest?
I think we could see a couple horse. Apparently, there was a fair amount of Tigers that were going to rest last week, but they may have had an inkling that it might have been Dusty's last game, so a few of them may have got up for that. Be interesting to see if how many players of these Tigers rest. So yeah, and I want to see who rests because Liam Baker, Shai Bolton, we'll have to wait and see their horse. I'm very much interested in 2 games this week, Horse. One is
Talk to
Carlton
me about
versus Hawthorn. I really, really can't wait to watch that game. I think it's going to be a banger. And also, too, the Lions versus the Orange Tsunami. Now, do you think the Lions, banged up defense that they have, are going to be able to stop the Orange Tsunami, known as the Giants swarming forward pressure?
This is my upset of the week.
Giants.
Yep.
Horse. That's both of us tipping the Giants this week. I think they get done.
I think it happens. Yep.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Adelaide mid-rotation with Rankin back in the fold. It's a massive watch. And like you said earlier, mate, Bombers at $1.51 at the moment.
Yep.
Awesome odds against a team that cannot win outside of their own backyard.
Kidder, whip us up something with that, because the Bombers winning this game should be in absolutely every single multi that is done. Bombers head to head. Bombers don't lose. They cannot lose this game. It's Giants. It's Suns away from home. No, done.
It's time to get into our captains.
Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
And Horse.
Yes.
A very special captain's corner this week, because this isn't my choices this week, ladies and gentlemen. No. We have the sexiest analyst, the smartest analyst, the horsiest analyst. Big Horse, give us your captains this week, brother.
I'm looking for Higo. Where is he?
It's you.
But I have selected 5 this week, ladies and gentlemen, that I believe the VC or the C should go on. I've done a little bit of digging, and no, there's not going to be any Zach Butters or Connor Rosé or Maxi Gawn or Lockie Neal in here. I'm trying to narrow it down because I believe these 5 are the ones that are going to score the best this week.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish I had this bloke, but the Spectrum, Tristan McSherry, huge last week against Nag, 131 last time he played against Williams or the West Coast Eagles. And now the Spectrum is a lot better at hit-outs to advantage. His follow-up work is really good. His tackles are really good. I think he goes huge against the Eagles in Hobart, mate.
Yep. I can 100% agree with you there, mate. If you don't have X, I would also be happy to put the VC on Shees, which is what I'm going to do.
Yep. Marcus Bontempelli. Need I say anything more? 182 last week after a 5-day break. No real matchup for him in the Adelaide side, and he's been in awesome form of late. The Dogs, they are on one of the best rolls in the AFL, and I expect that to continue. My smoky for a VC option this week on Friday night, mate, is Errol Goulden.
Oh,
He's an absolute gun. 109 last week in a team that got smashed by 112 points. Pies don't tag.
No.
So here's my cheeky VC option this week. Last year, when he played against Collingwood, 156.
Oh, very nice. That's what we like to hear, Horse.
Yep. And then my 2 are the form players of the competition, the 2 best 3-round averages so far outside of Bont, and that is Andrew Brayshaw. It's not Caleb Sarong. It's not anyone else from the Fremantle Footy Club. It's Brayshaw. 7 weeks. He's been awesome. 3-round average of 137. As you said, last time played the Cats, 137. What did he score last week? 137. It's a bold call, but if you're locking in 137, mate, that's not a bad VC/C option.
That is good.
Last one is Adam Treloar. He has a 3-round average of 147. And as Kizza put in the chat, with Bontempelli going the way he has, with Libba in there feeding the ball out, with Ed Richards now in the midfield, you can't tag everyone. And this bloke has just been an absolute machine. Priced at $650K now. He may well end up the most expensive player alongside Bontempelli in the competition. 3-round average of 147. And he's up there with the most informed players in Supercoach at the moment. If you've got him, slap the C on him. Thank me later. Buy me a beer. Buy our merch.
Oh, bloody well said, good sir. Well done. I love those. Love those, Horse. They are some bloody good, some great captain choices. Big time yes for that. I'm also just going to quickly throw in there Jack Sinclair is the other one that I really, really like. Yep. Yeah.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That they are our captain's choices for this week. Now, what are we going to do, mate?
I think.
Do you want to talk about our Unlimited League?
Oh, let's go about that. Yeah, absolutely.
It's time for some news from around the league.
Our Unlimited League, ladies and gentlemen. The team Teach Me to Football. Coached by Marcus. Is 39th overall now. He's making a late charge for the title. And remember, whoever wins our league is going to receive a Supercoach Champions ring, thanks to the guys at SC Rings. The highest score in our league last week went to Team Football. Great originality with your name, Jack, with a massive score of 2,670, which is good for 230th overall. So great work, Jack. We still have 4 teams now in Unlimited League that are inside the top 100, and we have 27 teams inside the top 1,000. So to you guys, congratulations. You've got 3 weeks left to make a charge. Let's see someone finish inside the top 15. Would love to see it.
Love to see that, Horse. Yep, absolutely. I just saw one before. Andy Brayshaw has gotten 3 137s in a row, Horse. So bloody hell, he's a good man. And I'm going to, I reckon we're going to run into maybe a little bit of these ones.
The money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Love your work in the Unlimited League, but we got to talk about a bit of punters' work. Horse, Punters Club's just going off again. As we said, a couple of horsey winners on the weekend. Also, if you want to, you join the Discord link down below. You select AFL. You can also select horses or dogs if you're into that kind of stuff as well. I don't know what's a $31 winner today, Horse, but I didn't tip it, unfortunately.
How many people did you share that with?
Yeah, I shared my 3 losers, but then I got the $31 horse winner after that. So that's after I quit for the day. But sometimes that happens. I do apologise, lads. Ian Johnson, our man, he a couple of his dogs ran around on the weekend. 2 of them got up, 1 didn't.
Yep.
Very, very nice there. Deadly's Tennis Multi got up for us as well, which we love to see. Deadly's Tennis Multi. Any single time you see that, ladies and gentlemen, slap it on. It is home. We love to see that.
We're going to call him the ATM because it is just money.
Money, money, money. And our man Kizza, our El Presidente, our Punters Club Presidente. He does his best work with the gats and some darts, but he also slaps in some beauties. Our one that he's already thrown up for us. For all you people that haven't joined the Discord, this is some of the beautiful work that he puts in right now. Larky 3, Brayshaw 30, Kerno 3, Essendon win, $10. That seems beautiful to me, Horse.
Get around it. Yeah.
Mate,
I really like
also,
that.
too, if we don't get on that now and Barras confirms to miss, Larky 3 goals is going to shoot that price down. Yep.
That'll plummet. Yep, you're right.
Love that from you, Presidente.
And while we're talking about the Punters Club, mate, we have got word now that we will be attending round 24, the game between Richmond and Gold Coast at the MCG. So for anyone that's interested in coming along, having a beer with us, having a beer with Kizza, with Deadly, with Ian Johnson, potentially Corey Blackledge, Higo, whoever else in the chat that wants to come along, let us know. We're going to finalize our numbers Tuesday, not next week, the week after, so then we can all get tickets together. We'll catch up for a beer and a feed beforehand, go to the footy, watch some footy, go have a couple of Denzel Frothingtons afterwards and enjoy each other's company. So if you're interested, please DM us. Mate, question time?
Questions?
It's question time. Let's answer your questions for the week ahead.
Question time.
Hey, Kiz. Ange, evening,
Hey,
gents,
Ange.
and all in the chat. Love the Ryan segue. Yes, sir.
That's what we do. Trace in the chat for Ryan.
Who is it? Who is it? The man that sponsors Winnie Blues. That's Ryan from Astute
Winnie
Newstead.
Blues.
Yes.
Where they blows. Love to say that. Edge is coming out saying, grab Blake Hartwick with my last trade when Sexton got dropped. He was all I could afford with the DPP. It actually worked out right. It did. It was not a bad swing of the fence.
Didn't he score like 90-something last week?
I think he was around that mark. Yeah, but was he... My question is, though, for Ange, was Philippou not available for that price last week?
I needed the DPP.
Gotcha.
And speaking of
Yeah, that's
DPP
very,
for
very smart.
Philippou, he will qualify for mid-forward DPP next year.
Yeah, Blakey Hardwick 115 last week on the
wow.
defender forward DPP.
Ian Johnson, please talk about round 24 meet and greet. We just did, mate.
Already done.
Get around it.
Already done that. Yep, tick that off the
Pubs,
list.
pubs, footy, and more pubs. But is it true that Dusty's already played his last game as he's retired effective immediately? Would have been good to watch him. Yeah, he'll be there. They'll do the car thing around the ground.
Yeah.
And there's a fair chance I'll probably be on the ground picking up my Essendon scarf from a couple of weeks ago. Australia women just beat Serbia in the basketball. Let's go. Good.
Yeah, Bulls.
Did what the men couldn't do last night after blowing a 24-point lead.
What the hell was that?
And I don't know. And our
overtime too.
And our usual is Chesser a buy. If you haven't bought him yet, delete up. Is Fantasia a buy? Put the C on him. Merritt, Cadmore, and Chesser. Do you want me to rank them? Chesser, Cadmore, Merritt.
That's about right.
Shittest to best. Is Max gone out? Seen his ankle? No, I think he plays. Skiddy doesn't think so. It's a 50-50.
Put him on ice, fade gone, baby.
Hands and heels. How are you, brother? Nice you to jump in the chat, mate. Hey, Skiddy.
Yo.
Does Max's ball happen to have a D's logo on it?
I don't know. It's gone.
Oh. What?
It's gone.
What's happened? Talk.
Don't know, mate. It's gone. Max's ball is now out of the driveway.
Max has picked up his footy.
I bloody hope so, Max. So hopefully he's seen the pod. I wanted to get a photo with him.
You pulled your microphone out, mate. We cannot hear a word you're saying.
I am so sorry. Is that better?
Keep talking.
No.
I'm devastated that we won't get to watch Dusty playing round 24. Yeah, I am as well, mate, while Skiddy fixes up his mic. Deadly Horse, did you see the Hawks tweet when Mass kicked his first? No, I didn't. DM it to me, mate. I'm interested.
Is that better, Horse? Nope.
Yeah, it's not in the right audio output though, brother. Did you know that Bont wouldn't have been the player he is unless Skiddy smashed him in the under-14s granny? Is that right, Skiddy?
Mate, that is absolutely bang on the money. Is that better now?
Not really. I can hear you, but that sounds like you're in a hall.
Dad! What is going on?
All the legends go through the IFS, boys. Absolutely. Get around us.
God, is that better?
That's much better. Deadly.
Thank God.
Under 70. No, I'm not even taking in line. Under 75, mate, for keys this week.
That horse. Okay, quickly, let me just go back. First of all, Hawks Prods. Hello, mate. Thank you very much for joining us.
Nice
You good man.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, my man. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I went out to work yesterday morning, and the footy was no longer in my driveway. So either someone just came and picked it up. I have cameras, so they didn't get spotted on my cameras for some reason, but it's gone. So hopefully Max has come to pick up the footy.
Max, if you're watching this show, look me in the eye. You need to go back and say thank you to Uncle Skiddy for looking after your footy. Don't be ungrateful, and come to the footy for a beer around 24. Good boy. Now,
it was flat as attack.
Oh, it would be. I could have done it horse, and that is bring in Treloar, but he chose Sarong over Treloar and Brayshaw at the time for Rao. Sometimes, mate, that's how the cookie crumbles, unfortunately. But for a fact, this bloke, Corey Blackledge below, since jumping in with us in round 11, I think it was, jumped up nearly 30,000 spots and nearly finished. Well, he's almost in the top 30,000 now. So,
that's awesome.
Angeline, oh, wow, thank you. The fetal alcohol syndrome, Australia is the peak body. Things going red include Optus Stadium, Adelaide Oval, Amy Park, Fed Square, Balti Bridge, and
that's
many
awesome.
more. Straight, that's bloody awesome.
And if you want to drop it in where we can donate or whatnot, that'd be awesome. We'll find more information. That'd be great.
Bolter bet that I'll be at the pub 9 a.m. on Saturday waiting for you, lads. I hope so, mate. I'll see you there.
It'd be weak as piss if you didn't.
Yeah, and you know what? He's going to be late. We'll be there before him. Apparently, Brayshaw had an ingrown toenail this year. That's why it didn't go well from the start. There you go.
Yeah. So I heard this rumor as well, but I heard it in like round 8. So I'm like, well, maybe they would just BS and free shit form. But also too, I've heard that it was toenail, but it's all like there was also talk that it may have been his knee and he didn't recover well from pre-season and incident there. So yeah, it can be either way, but yeah, it looks to have completely healed and he's absolutely taking the PI55 now.
Deadly. He's eating grass. He's at his grass eating best. Matt Rao. How many Matt Rao? Deadly's holding Chesser, yeah?
Obviously. That'd be silly.
How good's tennis? I can't stand it, but I love winning money on it. So, yeah, go tennis.
Yeah, listen to your multis, then I'm all about it.
Have a look at this. Tracy is out this week, so Jackson is a hold.
Is the big kahuna out?
I thought he hurt himself last week and he's out for the week, yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was a test. All right, absolutely. 100%.
All the Tigs resting all year. You're absolutely right, mate. Round 19, round 20, and round 21 is 137 for Brayshaw all in a row.
Yep. So that's why I kept saying he had a 3-round average of 137. He just got 137 all 3 games in a row.
Who decided a coconut seltzer was a good idea?
That's a thing?
Apparently. And you've got Kiz's multi that you've already banged up as well. We all get to see his fat mug at the footy. We'd love to see that. I have a feeling I'll be buying.
Oh, lovely.
Wait, I wasn't paying attention. Weak as piss, Ange. She's calling herself out. I love that. We're going to Richmond and Gold Coast, Ange, at the MCG. Yep. So,
Tiggy's in the Suns.
And our man Scorch is in the chat. Lovely of you to join us from NZ, mate. I will FaceTime you.
Beautiful. That's what we want to hear.
Hello.
Hi, Pods.
Tommy.
Don't worry, Hawks. We've been talking good about him.
Yeah. Max. Sort your shit out, mate.
Yeah, he's there. He's on the right wave now, Horse. He's good.
Corey, I wish I could come to the footy round 24. Most likely not. Have my tennis crucial match on that weekend. I don't blame you, mate. You know what? Maybe we'll watch the footy, and if Corey's playing like an evening type of match under lights, then we just move the boys and the girls across to wherever Corey's playing and give him a bit of a crowd.
Bloody hell, Horse.
Yeah.
It depends on the hike. If it's 5 minutes down the road, I'm in. If it's not, I'm out. Maybe. Depends how many beer I've had.
Sorry, I lied about Corey's rank. He was 51,000th. Sorry, and now he's 32,000. So there you go. 19,000. He's gone up, not 30. So I apologise. Deadly will be at Rebs on Friday night.
Bloody hell. I won't see you at Rebs on Friday night.
No.
I'm too old for that.
And Kiz is going straight from Revs to the G. Or he wants Deadly to, and it would be rude not to.
No.
Horse, you're asking a lot of me. I'll be in the Ambo by 4:30. I'll pump your stomach by 5. You'll have a sleep till 6, and you'll be back out at 6:30.
Hey, how good's that?
Oh, look at that!
Oh, how'd you do that?
I got no idea.
Oh, how come you always do it and I can't? That's bullcrap.
Us always stumble there. Yep, absolutely. Morning, there's a peninsula. Oh my God, that's down near our man Herbie Bull.
Oh, bugger that! I was there today, actually. I was down in Dramana today, Horse.
Beautiful part of the world.
Bloody it is, but it's not somewhere I'm going when I'm pissed. That's for bloody
right.
certain.
First time playing. Is Pickles the kind of bloke who steals your wallet and helps you look for it? Yes, he is.
Yeah, 100% he is. Yeah, and then he gives it back to you, but he's taking all the money out and your dingers. Bastards.
What a man. You're not going to be the Desi driver. Don't even talk about it. And the coconut seltzer's going down the sink. Don't blame you.
Good.
And Kizza, need to head to the Lamb on Chapua.
Elite. Land on Richmond's also elite.
Yep. We'll treat the lads, I think. Mate, you got anything else you'd like to add before we knock off for the evening?
I just want to say a big thank you to all you beautiful bastards that came into the chat with us tonight. We love doing this show, and you guys make it so much easier and so much better. If you are one of the people that like to just watch us and not talk in the chat, that's absolutely fine. We've got no dramas with that, but we encourage you to talk. in the chat. All these people just come in and say whatever the hell they like, but we encourage all of it at all times. We think it's great. Just reminder as well, if you'd like to, give us a like and subscribe so we can get our content out to as many people as we can. We think we're pretty funny. We've got a lot of good people that think they're pretty funny, and we've got a great community in the Discord. So why don't you come in and join the Discord as well while you're at it, which is just fantastic. Most importantly,
just spot on, mate.
Big thank you to you, Big Horse. Couldn't do it without you, mate.
Nah,
you're a bloody superstar.
It's an absolute team effort, mate. That's what we do. We're all about giving the community the best show that we can, and we are what we are because of the guys at home. So those of you, thank you very much.
Yes,
there's more waffle than a Belgian breakfast in this chat.
Pickles
is the kind of guy who comes to round 24, get together, and then leaves when it's his. No, he won't.
Whew. He's betting up. We'll keep him accountable. Don't you worry about that.
And have a look at this. Ian Johnson, imagine Horse and Skiddy, same as all Aussie adventures. You know it, mate.
Oh, my God. All Aussie adventures. Time to hit the road.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, Skiddy and I have taken a vow midway throughout the season to break the stigma around mental health. It is not weak to speak, and it's okay not to be okay. If you're struggling at home, if you find like it's hard to get up in the morning, hard to get motivated, talk to someone. Whether it's by text, whether it's by phone call, there are specialist phone numbers out there. If you're not comfortable talking to someone that you don't know, my inbox is always open. Skiddy's inbox is always open. We are happy to talk to you at home because the most important person in this world is you. So remember, it is not weak to speak, and it's okay not to be okay. Now, Skiddy, I want these beautiful people in the chat to meet us at the G round 24. So that's a Saturday afternoon. We're watching Richmond Gold Coast. If you've got nothing on that afternoon, just come along, have a beer, we'll chew the fat, talk all things footy, go have a couple of Denzel Frothingtons afterwards, and we'll enjoy ourselves. And Skiddy, I'm really looking forward to meeting some of these people in the chat that have been supporting us all year, mate.
Me too. And then there's also some that I'm not looking forward to meeting. But we'll just see who's who. I can't wait to meet all you bastards. Hey, let's get cracking onto it.
Absolutely. Anyway, this is Skiddy. I'm the Horse. Round 22 is coming at you. We'll speak to you Sunday night for our review show. We'll see you then. Buy our merch.
Oh, yeah.